So today we'll be doing a little bit of a flow here, nothing extensive for Aquarius season. That means that we're going to be focusing on our calves. That is the body part that Aquarius rules. It's where they get all their strength from. They have to stay solid on their feet, so it supports all their high-minded weirdo ideas that Aquarians get. Calves are a good thing to focus on for Aquarians too, because they tend to ignore some of the more practical elements of their lives in service of, more intellectual, higher-minded things. Aquarius is an air sign, so they're mostly concerned with this up here, their brains, their ideas, and they can forget that they have to take care of their bodies too. So let's get started in an easy seated position. Hands on the knees, palms down. Just start taking some inhales and exhales. And go ahead and tilt one ear to your shoulder. Slowly roll the head down, chin towards the chest until your other ear turns towards your other shoulder. And rotate the other way. Keep going like this a few more times. Just getting some of the stress out of the shoulders and the neck. On your next inhale, go ahead and bring your chin and head back up. Inhale, arms to the sky. Big stretch here. Lengthen the torso, and then exhale, fold into child's pose. If you're in child's pose, you want to make sure your palms are flat on the floor. If this is difficult, you can always get a block and put it underneath your seat if it's hard for you to get your hips to your heels. Try to stretch your tailbone towards the floor at the same time that you're reaching your hands forward. Big breath in. See if you can send all that air to the top of your back. Puff it out. And exhale, sink a little further down into the ground. On your next inhale, tuck your toes in your child's pose. So you're going to come a little bit forward. And then use your hands to walk your torso slowly back up until you are upright. This is a really deep toe stretch, so if it's a little much, stay forward and just sort of play with the idea of shifting your weight. It's hard for people to stretch this part of their foot, so Aquarians can be judgy, but let's not judge about this. And go ahead and come forward. Give yourself a little bit of release there into kind of a tabletop position. You can pat out those feet if that feels good, or kind of wiggle them side to side. A few rounds of cat-cow. Go ahead and retuck the toes now that you've stretched them out. And inhale to cow. Drop belly, broad in the chest. Chin stretches. Exhale, cat. C curve in the spine. Bring your head and your pelvis towards each other and puff out the back. And inhale, cow. Back to position. Lifting the heart center. Exhale, cat. C curve in the spine. Bring your head towards your pelvis. Inhale, back to cow, and come to a neutral spine. Keeping your toes tucked, go ahead and lift your knees. On the exhale, send your hips back. Keep the knees bent. We're slowly going to get to down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. You can pedal out your knees and your legs to get there, so kind of like you're on a Stairmaster. Just to give them a chance to accept that you're about to stretch them out. One big inhale here. As you find stillness, go ahead and press your chest towards your thighs. Down dog. On your inhales in down dog, you want to see if you can stretch your arms further forward and your hips further towards the sky. On your exhale, see if you can bring your heels closer to the floor. They don't have to touch. Mine don't touch. It's the action of trying to get them to touch. It's a dynamic stretch. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, walk your hands right behind your wrists for forward fold. You can pedal out here. I like to clasp my hands right behind my neck and just kind of stretch out my cervical spine. Only do this if you're like real comfortable. And exhale, release your hands to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Hands to your sides, lift up with flat back all the way to the sky, stretching up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Mountain pose. We'll do 3 rounds of a Surya Namaskar B, focusing on our calves in chair pose. For you Aquarius out there, don't forget that you need strength in your legs. All right, bend knees, Utkatasana. Inhale, hands forward and up, stretching your arms towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold, hands to heart center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into plank position. You can always drop your knees here, not a problem. Inhale in plank. You can drop your knees or Chaturanga Dandasana down. Let's go all the way down to the ground for the first time. And inhale in Bhujangasana, Baby Cobra. That is just going to be lifting your upper thoracic spine off the ground. You're not pressing with your hands, you're literally just lifting your spine. If you didn't have cats in your way like me, you could put your face on the floor. All right, you have the option here of exhaling back into tabletop and then bending your knees back into down dog. Or you're really mean to yourself and you can press right up into plank position. And exhale back into down dog. A very Aquarian Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the arms forward and up, Utkatasana. One big inhale here. Exhale, hands to heart center, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank. You can always drop your knees in plank. In fact, for this first one, we'll go ahead and inhale here in plank. Exhale, drop the knees, drop the chest all the way to the floor. And inhale for Baby Cobra, Bhujangasana. Lifting just the upper spine, the thoracic spine. Not really putting much weight into the palms. Exhale, come back down. Press back into tabletop, tuck the toes, hips up, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha. Inhale, look between the hands, and exhale, step or hop forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, inhale, sweep the arms, Utkatasana. One breath here. And exhale, see if you can sit lower. Inhale, straighten the legs all the way up, hands to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more times. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms forward, Utkatasana. We're going to hold this Utkatasana for just a moment. On your inhale, see if you can pop your right heel up, so you're on your right toes. Exhale them, heel back down. Inhale, pop the left heel up on your left toes. And exhale back down. 2 more times. Inhale, right heel up and down. Left heel up, down. Stay in chair, sink your hips a little bit more. Down. Left heel up down, and exhale, hands to heart center, forward fold. Woo! Hope you like it, Aquarius. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank position. This time in plank, stay. Inhale, and exhale to Chaturanga Dandasana, halfway. Pull through to up dog. And exhale, back to down dog. One inhale in your down dog, so you can lengthen your torso. One exhale, see if you can reach your heels to the floor. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop your legs all the way up to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms forward, Utkatasana. One inhale here, and exhale, straighten the legs, mountain pose, hands to heart center. Last time. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms forward, Utkatasana, and hold here. So 3 times. Now we're going to try to pop both heels up and get on our toes, still in chair. 1, heels down. Second time, pop those heels up. 2, heels down. Sink lower in your chair. Inhale, heels up. 3, together, and exhale down. Exhale all the way forward. Forward fold. Uttanasana. Woo! Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Step back into plank position and hold plank for an inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Bend the arms halfway. Pull through to upward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale, down dog. Hold this down dog for a couple breaths. Go ahead and pedal it out. Just to give yourself a little stretch time. And go ahead and find stillness. Exhale, reaching the heels towards the ground. Inhale, right leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring the leg down, but you're going to land your foot on top of your left heel. I like to bisect my heel with my big toe and my next big toe. On your inhale, see if you can lengthen your down dog through your spine. Press your torso towards your thighs. And on your exhale, use that right foot to give your calf a little hand there and stretch your heels to the floor. This is the only time my heels go to the floor. Breathe here a couple times. Make sure you're lengthening on your inhales and deepening on your exhales. On your next inhale, go ahead and lift your right leg high again, 3-legged dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, bring your left leg back down, set your foot on top of your right heel. It kind of bisects your big toe and your next biggest toe. And exhale, go ahead and lengthen. Inhale, see if you can get your torso longer, your hips higher, and on the exhale, use that left foot and bring your heel down to the ground. Mine still doesn't touch on this side. It doesn't matter. Still getting a stretch. Inhale, left leg high, and exhale back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Go ahead and step both legs towards your heels, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold again. This time we're just going to go ahead and bend our knees into a little squat position. Heels are just slightly lifted again. Kind of getting a bit of a heel stretch here. If you have the balance, you can wrap your arms around your legs, around your knees, your shins, and give yourself a back stretch as well as a heel stretch. So even though you're canted forward, you can still pull your heels, kind of settle in them and try to get them to rest on the floor. Mine are nowhere close to doing that. One day. And go ahead, with or without hands, you can sit down on your bum. And bring your hands down, your feet down. for a little stretch of these calf muscles that we just energized. Go ahead and stretch your right leg out. Your left leg is going to stay bent, kind of like a crass squat position here. You can hold on to your left heel, your left ankle, with your right hand. You're going to pull your toes back on the right leg. Come facing facing your head, pulling them back, stretching out that calf muscle. You probably already feel this here in your hip joint. And on the inhale, go ahead and raise your left arm high. Exhale, see if you can fold toward your right toes, your right leg, while still keeping this left leg bent in a 90-degree position, so your knee is facing the sky. If you are very bendy or long-limbed like myself, go ahead and reach for these toes. This is the bonus option. Basically, you're getting a stretch in both calves this way. So you're pulling your toes to your face here, but you're also making sure that this heel stays grounded. This leg stays bent at 90 degrees. It's not falling in, it's not falling out. If you're gonna grab the toes, you also need to make sure your chest is really open so you can still sort of point your heart to the sky. One more big inhale here. Exhale, see if you can deepen just a bit. And release the toes. Inhale, come all the way up. Woo. Switching sides. Go ahead and bend the right leg. Have the left leg sticking out, kind of at an angle from your hip. Don't try to open it too far. Like we're not trying to be mean to our hip joints today. Flex your foot really strongly so that your toes are pointed towards your face. This heel is always going to stay down and in this bent position. So you can take your left hand and grab your right ankle. You can take your right arm, inhaling high, kind of lifting the spine out of the hips. Exhale, bending towards that left leg. I am not as flexible on this side. So using the power of this foot, you want to keep pressing that heel into the floor. And with this foot, you want to keep pulling that flexed foot back, bringing your toes towards your face. So even though I'm not doing the fancy grabbing of the foot, my calves are both working here. One more inhale. See if I can almost make it. Make sure you're kind of opening your heart. Even though you're bending your arm over your head, you want your heart facing the ceiling. And inhale all the way back up. Woo! Little Baddha Konasana. You can go ahead and bring your heels together. Let's give our hips a little shake. You can gently fold forward. Just a nice round in the back. Don't overdo it. We'll rest here. Bring your hands to your feet and your calves and your ankles. Give them a little love. Go ahead and give them a little massage. Aquarius needs these calves to stay grounded. Go ahead and come back up. Easy cross-legged position. There you go. That's your Aquarius flow as January turns into February. And I'll see you next time for Pisces, and we'll be doing more ankles and feet.